Sandie's worried?
It's quite simple. We just spread the tupping over a longer time, that's all.
How much longer?
Well, about 8 months would be best. Producing lambs right through the year.
I see.
It sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
But the market doesn't dry up, aye. It'd be coming in dribs and drabs, wouldn't it?
Look, if we can get a local butcher to take this on, we can supply fresh meat every month or so. That ought to make sense.
Well, that means written contracts carved in stone.
Aye. Well, that's better than just taking potluck at market a couple of times a year.
Yeah, and if something goes wrong, they call in the legal blokes and they screw us to the wall.
It shouldn't come to that. I mean, there's 2 of us on flock virtually full time now.
No, I don't like the sound of it. There's a lot of red tape round our necks that won't increase our returns in the long run anyway.
Joe reckons he might do.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
So, that means we're still no nearer making a decision then.
Well, you know how we get things done here, Matt. It takes at least 2 rows and a committee meeting before something like that can happen.
Well, I think it's a good idea. And you'd think he would. Especially as it means we wouldn't have to use Uncle Joe's market anymore. Yeah, well, perhaps we could use that on him at a later time, eh? Any road, we run the sheep operation here. I reckon that means we should decide, don't you?
Sandie? Got the afternoon off? All right. I suppose someone has told you. I'd rather you had. I didn't, Sandie. I certainly wasn't expecting anything like this from you.
All right. I'm sorry you found out, however it was you did. I was going to tell you myself in time, but...
In time? It sounds like we've got this all planned.
Well, yes, to a certain extent we did. We talked about it. Of course we had.
You and him talked about it? About what you were going to say to me?
Yes.
Did you talk about what you were going to say to his wife? Or were you going to leave all that to him?
Annie, I know what you're going to say. There's no point in trying to tell me how wrong you think it is.
Don't expect me to say that it was right.
It's not a question of right or wrong. Look, it's not what you think it is. Oh, leave it.
It's not that easy, Sandie.
I know it's not easy. I don't need to listen to this.
You will. And you won't leave this room till you've heard me. No doubt you've decided it's perfectly all right for a man to leave his wife and child and run off with a woman without a moment's thought for them.
Of course not. Look, whatever you may believe about marriage and happy families, it doesn't apply to Phil.
I know about marriage, Sandie. I know it's not all about happy families. But a marriage isn't something you can play around with.
I'm not playing. If you and everyone else around here wants to think I'm some sort of tart, that's not my problem. I really don't see why you should think it's yours.
I'm not trying to interfere. I'm trying to talk to you. I do understand. I understand more than you think. Heaven knows this family hasn't seen the best of times.
I know perfectly well what this family's been through. You don't need to tell me. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with any of you. It's about me, not families. Me, my life, what I want to do with it.
And it is about us. It's about all of us. This family, this farm.
I'm not a part of all this. I'm not a part of this family. I never have been. Mum might have joined the clan by marrying Jack and bringing us here with her, but I didn't.
Sandie.
You might all want to stick together through thick and thin now that she's gone, but I can't and I don't want to. It means nothing to me. If you think you've got the right to stop me doing what I want and being with the man I love, you can think again. Mum wouldn't have done it. You certainly won't. If I've shocked everyone that much, I'll move out.
Running away isn't going to put things right.
Oh, running away from here is the only thing that is right. It's something I should have done a long time ago.
Oh, Sandie, that's not what I'm saying. No one wants you to leave Emmerdale.
Well, I want to. It's obvious I can't stay here any longer.
Sandie!
Good excuse for a drink. Hey, won't he settle, Ma? Ma? What is it?
Sandie, did you know what was going on between her and Phil Pierce?
Hey?
I can see you did.
Oh, that's great. Marvellous. Well, it explains a few things, doesn't it?
She says she wants to leave Emmerdale.
Why?
You better ask her.
Where is she? Upstairs?
You go and talk to her. She won't listen to a word I say.
He kept it very quiet. No easy task in Beckendale. Fling with Phil Pierce is hardly any reason to leave home, is it?
Oh, that's a new one. For you, it's a joke.
Not necessarily. Depends how seriously you take all this.
Seriously enough to leave.
Are you sure?
Yes. You can say what you like. I've had every name under the sun thrown at me this week. You could tie me up and lock me in, but it's the only way you'll stop me.
Come on, Sandie. I have rows with Ma every other day. It's nothing. It's what families are about.
What family?
Look, just stop that. Calm down and think about what you do.
I've been thinking about doing this for months, believe me.
All right, what's the plan of action? What are you going to do? Drive around for 3 hours and find you've got nowhere to go? Where are you going to go?
Anyway, Emmerdale isn't the centre of the universe. I'll manage.